Would you look at that? Cue that up again. Cue that up. Make sure the sound's on. Look at that. Denzel Clark. Come on, baby.
Can you not hear it?
No, there's no sound.
Oh, all right. Let me.
Whatever. I'll just do it. Go ahead. You should cue it back up. Well, there's a deep drive off the bat of whoever. Who cares? Who cares who the bat it's off the bat of? Who cares? Bam. Denzel Clark goes back, climbs over the wall and makes the catch. Woo! 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 That maybe it is the greatest catch I've ever seen in my entire life live. I was laying on the bed watching that, going, no way he caught that. No way he caught that. Yes, he did. Denzel Clark made one of the easily the best catch of the 2025 season. Maybe the best catch in the last 20 years. Oh, Jim Evans. Oh, insert name here. Didn't see it live. Doesn't hit as hard. That, I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion on plays. What's the greatest this? What's the greatest that? That's the greatest thing I've ever seen from a center fielder. Well, Torrey Hunter, Julio Rodriguez. Welcome into the Pickoff, sickos. I'm your host, Colby Marcio. As always, this is presented by Betting News and powered by the one and only BetOnline. Woo! I'm glad to see all the mainstream media is talking about Denzel Clark. The biggest thing happened in the sport yesterday was that robbery, without a doubt. Why was I watching that game? Zach Neto. Was it awesome watching that live? Yes, it was. I wanted to watch that the whole game. I was so excited for Denzel Clark. I bet him to have a hit in his next at bat, and he didn't get a hit. He struck out. I was like, there's got to be some juices flowing to them. Whatever. I threw away $5. Whatever. Wasn't that confident he'd get a hit, but that was awesome. It's really funny seeing the mainstream media talking about it because they never talk about baseball. They're always like, we'll talk about the MLB, we'll talk about the NFL. I'm going to go fall asleep because there's more than two sports out there. Oh, football's king. I don't care. Is anyone alive in chat? Is everybody dead? Are we dead? I was going to have a Q&A for like 5-10 minutes. Everybody's dead. So I'm just going to keep rattling on and talk to SPJ this whole time.
They're like Aaron Rodgers, according to Myles Garrett, in the ground
married.
in the gravestone.
He's married. Did you know? He's married. Football is king. We're talking about it on my baseball show. Bat to the head. No guns here. We don't do guns. We do bats to the head. Anywho, I'm just going to talk about a play that grabbed me before we started the show and see what chat has to say, if anyone is alive. I can talk to myself. I do it all the time. What do you think? What do you think before the write-up says? Me talking to myself while the Google Dolls are playing and Iris is on and Black Balloon is on. Come on. And Broadway is home tonight. I don't like that song, so I don't know the lyrics. So today, the Detroit Tigers are on the road in Baltimore. They enter today as underdogs against Kate Povich of the Orioles. Sure, the Orioles are hot. Sure, somebody's alive. Thank God it's Austin. Thank God he's not sweating his rear end off. Anywho, talking Tigers, Orioles. Tigers are plus money today. Is that me saying, hey, y'all, let's go out and bet the Tigers? Nope, I don't do money lines. I do first fives, but I don't want to be on a first five when I don't know how good. I think there's an opener today. Forgot his name. Doesn't matter. For the Tigers. I don't want to worry about the pitching because it's not Scooble. So we know Povich sucks. Chat, this is a play. Let me just get to my point. This is going to be a play we're going to squad ride if we agree on it. I'm not adding it if we don't want to squad ride this. I will not post this. This is for us. This is for the people that took time out of their busy day to come see my new haircut. Nobody's noticed. Nobody has said anything in the comments about my haircut. Thank you for noticing, though. Yes, it did take 3 months for me to get another haircut, but let's go. Let's talk about it. Kate Povich, fourth worst pitcher rating on the day, according to BatterSiphonBox.com. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact, ground ball percentage. At home, has a 7.24 ERA and an opponent batting average of basically 300. Overall this season, opponents are batting 279 with a 455 slugging, 796 OPS with an overall ERA of 5.11 with a 147 whip. Povich allows 3+ runs in 4 of his 6 home outings this season, and it's a bunch of the most random teams ever assembled. It's like the Angels, the Nationals, and then all the good teams. So he's faced good, bad, and the ugly. The O's allow 3.62 runs in the first 5 to their opponents, and they allow the second most bases at home in the major leagues. The Detroit Tigers are plus 115 over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. I think we have to do it. This is me saying, who wants a squad ride? Because I really want to be on this. Just for us. Just for us. SPJ, question down below. Hand in there. He wants to ride. He wants to ride. That's it. I'm pulling the books out. Here we go. Adding it to the card. Adding it to the card. First game of the day. Starting off hot. And there's like 3 elite rated hitters on the Tigers. Makes no sense. I think 4 in the current season. Let's go down to it. Where are we at? Trust me, chat, there will be more plays. Hold those horses. Hold those horses. Team total runs, 115. Check my location. Do not tax me just yet. Do not tax me just yet. We're locked in. We're locked in. Tigers' first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 115. I will go through Cade's stats one last time for anyone that just entered and wanted to hear why. So Tigers today, plus money, going up against an atrocious Orioles rotation. Cade Povich is on the bump. Cade, 4th worst pitcher on batters box. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact, and ground ball percentage. Giving up hard contact and does not give up ground balls. That is a recipe for disaster. You wonder why his home ERA is 7.24 and opponent batting average is sub 300. Yeah. And he's also given up 3 runs in 4 of his 6 home games. If you're not in, get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you, Cash Money. Love you. Love you so much. Get out of here. Get out of here. Austin, sorry about your team getting robbed by the greatest catch of all time. Meant to say that when we were talking about it getting into the show. Anywho, something I wanted to talk about. More of what I'm going to discuss is going to be on G Unit's podcast that is dropping tomorrow, which I'm on. And we touched on all of this. My thoughts were in order yesterday. Well, Kobe, this is your show. They should be in order right now. I couldn't write all that down. So if you want more of what I'm going to say, go check that out when it comes out. I will post it, retweet it, whatever. When betting baseball, I can't stress this enough. There's a ton of value. We know I talk about value every single day. Some people don't know it. Maybe I know it. I'm not saying I'm the end-all, be-all knower of betting, baseball, any other sport. This is just what's worked for me and how I go about my day-to-day basis. Can you tell I'm Italian by I'm moving my hands? Do not, I can't stress this enough. Do not go out to the books, hit 5 dudes to homer, and parlay that together and get odds that are so astronomically high that they make you drool. It's not going to happen. You see it all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. Do you know how many home run parlays I've cashed in my lifetime? And you want to know why I don't do them? Because this is how many I've hit. Do I throw one together every couple weeks? Yeah. And it's usually 3 guys that are below 3-1 to hit a homer. And I just go, what if? Not saying do whatever you want. I'm just saying make sure you're betting things straight. You are screwing yourself at the end of the day if you are taking only parlays. Somebody today, using him as an example, sent me his 5-leg home run parlay, told him to bet it straight. He replied with another 3-leg alt strikeout parlay. They were all plus 250 each. How are you going to feel when one of the three wins and vice versa? Say you win 2 of the 3. You're going to feel like crap, and you also missed out on 2+ money bets, which you would have been upped your units on. Call back to Up Your Units, my show twice a week here on Betting News, Wednesdays and Fridays with Shaggy Bets. Free ads only. Free ads only. Anyone want a free ad? Also, another thing I wanted to stress on, do not be afraid to lose. Don't be afraid to lose. If you're betting baseball every single day, from opening day to the last game of the World Series, like I do, you have to be comfortable with, one, losing, knowing how to be responsible, and especially losing. Because most of the stuff I'm putting money down, I am happy to just be on that number. We will get into a ton of them in a couple minutes. Be comfortable with losing, and if it makes you uncomfortable, bet less. You're going to be making a lot of money from the value alone. So that's all I have to say for as of right now. There's just so much value out there because the books are snoozing. The finals are going on, the NBA finals, Stanley Cup. They can't focus on a sport that is every single day. It's really hard to turn over and them to focus on it. That's why they really don't care about baseball. Books do not care about baseball. So when you see a stinky line and you're like, well, why would Shohei be plus money? Please, for the love of God, don't let plus 100 Shohei bases ever pass you and you go, not today. You have to do it. You have to do it. The times I haven't done it, I've regretted it. Do not offer plus money with Shohei. Do not offer plus money with Aaron Judge. Honestly, we're getting to the point where we're going to start saying, do not give me plus money for Cal Raleigh, because holy crap, is that dude having himself an unbelievable season. Will we be talking about Cal Raleigh in a bit? Yes, I would love to throw my rear end around later this evening. Maybe I'll be asleep. Maybe I won't be. But if anyone has any questions, I'm always available to answer them. Again, I am not the end-all, be-all of betting on baseball. I'm just giving you my perspective and my thoughts and yada, yada, yada. Amanda, what's going on? Do not bet Rooker today. I think Rooker is a no-touch for quite some time. He has an elite rating all the time. I haven't liked him in quite some time. He does have good trends, but everything else that goes around my process of looking at guys, I don't like it. He doesn't grab me. He doesn't look good on the run value on Baseball Savant. He doesn't match up with the pitches they have against his. He can't hit fastballs. That's really his problem. I can't be on a guy that is batting under 200 with fastballs, but has an under 700 OPS on fastball. I believe everything's average or below average with him in fastballs. I know he's batting under 200 because it always turns me off when a pitcher is like 50% fastball. And I'm like, well, Rooker's the 4th best rating hitter on the day. And I'm like, I'm not touching this. Just because he's the 4th highest rated hitter doesn't mean anything to me. It has to go through my check. It has to go through my checklist. And my checklist is long. And sometimes I make it even longer because I want to be correct. Again, also, anyone wondering if I have secret plays? I don't. Everything I post is what I'm on. Nothing's hiding. Sometimes I have a couple plays. Yesterday, I had Ellie De La Cruz twice because there was a boost on H2RR. That doesn't count. I was already on him. Felt good. Let's get into the plays. We got 15 minutes. I rambled enough. SBJ has a question. Down below. Daniel Collins. Not Sports Grid.
Imagine.
I'd say Sports Nation.
In my mind, maybe. No, I just wanted to add one thing about the parlay stuff. Like, and you've talked about this before about betting the bases, taking the home run as a sprinkle.
I should have said before I forget. If you're parlaying 2-3 guys hits and you're getting you're just trying to get value. Say you're parlaying Saturday. I had a hypothetical, it was plus 155. I didn't touch it because I'm like, I don't want to do this. It was Cal, Shohei, and Judge plus 155. I should have taken that. That's just the same value. But do that. If you're going for plus money, do that. Don't be parlaying stuff that's already good value. That's basically my lesson.
So what I was going to say is that if you're going to do, because I mean, I obviously like to do that parlay, like lotto type stuff. A lot of people like to do it just for fun, right? But the way to do it to where you actually make sure that you're literally not just throwing money away is take one of the bets that you like you said, a basis prop, a -110, a +100, whatever it may be. Make sure that's the singular unit play. Sprinkle the home run for a 0.25, 0.1, whatever unit you do. And then if you want to parlay 2 or 3 of those things together and have some fun,
do whatever you want, but just don't be feeling sorry for yourself when you don't win your plus 8,900 parlay.
You have to play these things individually with the proper unit, so then you can enjoy the sweating of the parlay because they don't hit that often. But
also, that's great. This is a great point. I'll end on this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just betting home runs, you're also just kicking yourself in the rear. Imagine if I just took everybody I'm about to give out, but they also catched their bases, their hits, but they don't homer. I'm the idiot. That's why you sprinkle in the home run. And I think Degen said I ladder things. I didn't really think of it like that because it essentially is. I just never thought of it like that. But my thoughts will be out on G Unit's podcast. It'll be posted at like 2 a.m. because we know he doesn't sleep because the money doesn't. God, I love G Unit. There's also one of my favorite ones I've done with him, and I go on it like every 2 weeks. So really good one. Everyone go check it out. But let's start off with my muse. Thickums. Daddy. Papa. My man. Papa. Let's talk about Schwarber because he's got the 5th highest rating today on Batters-Box. He usually has better numbers on the road, but they're solid enough to feel good while he's at the bank today. At home, batting .235 with a .929 OPS. Over this prop of his bases, 6 of his last 10 elite ratings and 54 home elite ratings. 55% of the time records a hit. 25% of the time leaves the yard. 42% of the time goes over this prop of his bases. Not sexy at all when we're getting plus 105. I understand that. Bear with me. He's going up against Colin Ray. I know some people want to say Rhea. That'll be me. Has a poor rating today for the Cubs, has a poor average hitter matchup, ISO and K percentage. His opponents are batting 276 with a slugging percentage of 439. I keep adding that to my notes. I got to flow that in. I'm used to OPS after that. 767 opponent OPS, allowing 4.69 nice hits per game, 1.5 extra base hits per game. He's 50% fastballs. 50% fastballs. We know I love that. And we know I love that with Schwarber. That's his second best pitch. Keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your head. Schwarber against fastballs, according to Baseball Savant, has a run value of 12, 310 expected batting average, 753 expected slugging, 500 expected WOBA. His Colin Ray's cutter is his best pitch. Schwarber is batting 500, not expected. He's batting 500 with a run value of 3, slugging percentage of 722, and a WOBA of 545. I would be baffled if he does not end this game with at least a hit. Would be baffled. Love Schwarber today. Love him against all of Ray's pitches. And I love being on my muse against a pitcher that throws 50% fastballs. 50%. Let's talk about somebody who loves missiles and has the hardest hit ball in the StatCast era, the Cuban missile himself. O'Neal Cruz, bases plus 115. I know what you're thinking. What about the H to the double R on Schwarber and Cruz and guys I'm about to mention in a minute? They were all terrible prices. Do not pay above minus 130 for H to the double R or bases. That's my rule. O'Neal Cruz. Highest rating in this game, over his bases prop in 7 of his last 10 at home. We're at home. We're at PNC where there's crab fries and nothing else to do. 32 elite ratings at home. 71% of the time records a hit. 31% of the time records a double. Now, if you're listening and you'd rather be on the double than the home run, fully respect it. I need to make a video tonight. I can live with missing out on the value of the double while I cash my bases prop if it happens. Over his bases prop 50% of the time. I believe it's like 3-1. So go check. If you want to be on it, go check. over his H the double R 59% of the time. But like I said, bad price. I just wanted to mention it. Going up against, this is not your older brothers, actually your younger brothers, Sandy Alcantara. This is 2025 Sandy Alcantara, who is not the Cy Young winner that we known and loved in 22. Through 12 starts this season, has a sub-8 ERA, 7.89. I rounded up heavily, whatever. Has a sub-160 whip. On the road, has a 12.81 ERA, 366 opponent batting average. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA and K percentage in the current season ratings on Batters Hyphen Box. We love a poorly rated K percentage. When Cruz is very swing happy, we know he kind of struggles sometimes with striking out. I love that. His best pitch is a sinker. O'Neal Cruz against sinkers this season has a run value of 3, 290 batting average, 452 slugging, 397 WOBA. The rest of his pitches, mashes. The Cruz missile should do us justice in PNC tonight. Also, you've never been to PNC? Go. It is beautiful. The crab fries with the cheese cup, the best thing on the planet. Best thing on the planet. Also, the worst concourse in sports. It is a tuna tin in there. You cannot move. Also, security, not a thing at Pittsburgh. When you go to Southside games and you live in Chicago, it's a real eye-opener when you get through the gate in 2 seconds when there was a line. All right, moving on. We got 8 minutes. Value. James Wood hit. I should ladder. I'm not. I have 10 plays today. Don't need that in 11. 11 Tigers, first 5 team total over. 2.5 runs. This is just for us. This is just for us watching. Tigers, first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 115. This is for us. I'm not giving that out anywhere else. James Wood hit at minus 140 and his home run at 460. I get it. James Wood is batting 91 in June. 329 OPS, 2 hits, 1 double. Coming off an insane May, though. He's due for a turnaround. He batted 330 with a 1014 OPS in May, and he's fantastic on the road. He's batting 279 with 939 OPS and 30 elite road ratings. 76.67% of the time records just the hit. We're paying the $1.40 for it because he's going up against Griffin Canning, who gives up 37% hard contact, 338 home ERA, 208 opponent batting average. It's not great, but it's all right. We can live. He's allowing 4 hits per game and 1 extra base hit per game. 24% changeup. Wood against changeup, 251 expected batting average, 429 expected slugging, 322 WOBA, not expected, just straight up WOBA, 322. And the rest of his pitches, Wood is demolishing. I really love it. I don't want to ladder it because I'm already getting a really solid price for the minus 140 for the hit. And then hopefully he homers. But we got more because we're back in the trends once again with the one and only Shohei Ohtani. And we're getting minus 110 bases back-to-back days. That is insane. Cash yesterday with the double. I think he can keep it rolling tonight. Hasn't hit a homer since last Monday. Plus 250 home run. Nearly automatic price. Nearly automatic. And yes, he is above a 0.6. He's basically the number 1 rated hitter on Batters Hyphen Box. The guy above him is 52 plate appearances. Doesn't count. He plays for the Rockies. Does not count to me. Double last night. Already mentioned that. 39 ratings above a 0.6. Buckle up. Everybody buckle up. Click. 94% of the time records a hit. 46% of the time records 2 hits. 76% of the time goes over the bases prop, and 36% or 56% of the time goes over 3 bases. Going up against Mr. Dylan Cease, White Sox legend Dylan Cease, not having a good season. Poor rating, poor average hitter matchup, ISO, hard contact, ground ball percentage. What a diabolical duo for us today. Hard contact is poor. He's giving up a ton, 40%, and doesn't give up any ground balls. Line shots. We're getting that with Shohei tonight. Dylan Cease is allowing 5 hits per game, 2.15 extra base hits per game. 45% of his pitches are below league average, and 50% of his pitches is a slider. Shohei against the slider just dropped a cap. Who cares? 339 expected batting average, 849 expected slugging, 509 expected WOBA. I can live with losing this play. Why are you giving me minus 110 odds when the matchup is that delectable? Insane. Insane. Thank you. Worry about the Stanley Cup. Worry about the NBA Finals. I'll be here munching away at value. Last play of the day. I like big butts, and I cannot lie either, because I'm taking the big dumper tonight, and he's going to take a big old dump on Brandon Pfaadt later. Went 0 for 5 yesterday. Loves playing on the road. 7th highest rated hitter today. Number 2 in the current season ratings. The default goes back to the last 3 seasons. On the road, 277 batting average, 1047 OPS. Love it. 25 elite road ratings, 76% hit, 40% home run. I'll say that again. 40% home run in a 25-game sample size. Brandon Pfaadt on the bump. Already mentioned it. Love Brandon Pfaadt. Love him because he's the 6th worst pitcher on the day. Poor ISO, hard contact, and ground ball percentage. Our favorite combination. He's allowing nearly 40% hard contact. His best ball is played at home. His best ball, where he still has a 4.15 ERA, 277 opponent batting average, is allowing 5.5 hits, nearly 2.5 extra base hits per start. The big dumper does not take back-to-back big dumps unless it's on the opposing pitcher. I love the plus 110 value. The 290, insane. The day he went and hit 2 home runs, it was plus 215. 215. I will happily take that. Oh, the books, no. Whatever. Ooh, there's a private message. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, Sucks laughing. I knew it wouldn't be anything about what I needed to know. These are the plays. One not listed is the one that is just for us and all the beautiful people that tuned in, and that is the Tigers. First 5 team total over 2.5 plus 115 going up against Cade Povich. If you haven't heard, I'll rattle it on one last time. Well, why are the Tigers plus money today? The Orioles are hot. Anywho, Cade Povich, terrible, poor rating, poor WOBA, poor ISO, poor hard contact, poor ground ball percentage. 7.24 ERA at home. Opponent batting average, basically 300. Overall this season, opponents are batting 279 with a 455 slugging, 796 OPS, 511 ERA overall, 150, sub 150 whip. And he's allowed over the prop we are on 4 of his 6 home outings. I love it. You see the rest up top. You sick SOBs. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back on Thursday with Jake Hassan, the handsome Jake Hassan, who makes this show handsome. Right now, it's just radio because you're not looking at me. You're looking at something else. I know you're on TikTok. It hurts my feelings. Anywho, the guys down below will be talking everything WNBA. They will be honing in. They're looking at me in the eye. I'm looking at them. They will be honing in on talking Lexi Held the entire show. Is that correct, boys? I need a nod. We're talking Lexi Held for the next hour, correct? They gave me a thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Colby Marcio. Give me a follow at Colby M Bets. I will be posting my ticket out, my card, ticket, whatever, same thing, in the next minute or two. The WNBA talk is on the horizon. And by the horizon, I mean cue up that intro. Cue it up.
You see I'm getting close, I accelerate, going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control, I won't crash, running high, put your money on the dash, throw the dice, lose control, I won't crash, running low, I won't crash, bring you slow, I won't crash, running, take, you running on the road, so get out the way, push the pedal to the floor, going all the way, yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate, going faster than fast, hit the gas.
What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys enjoyed the last half hour of Mr. Colby Marcio and got your mustache man for your beautiful Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by right here on the Betting News Network. This is the W, and Chewy, I'm going to need you to just relax, brother, in the chat. Just keep it down there. Just keep it down there. Excited to have you guys here. Thanks for stopping by for another hour of content right here on the network, brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. We're going to talk about the WNBA with you guys. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the last half hour talking about the Diamond with Mr. Marcio. That is Just Sook. My name's Sweatpan Jesus, and we do have our third horseman, but I'll give him a second to sit down and settle himself because I'm sure he literally just flew into his house. So take a minute, man. Take a breath. It's okay. It's all good. Just take a second. Take a sip of that drink in front of you. It's all fine. Excited to have you guys here. Thanks for stopping by. Sook, how you doing, big dog?
Good. Running around here. Busy week, but I'm excited. Stay tuned for some scribbles coming tonight. New type of scribbles that we've never had at Betting News, but SPJ's always wanted it, and now you got a nerd or not like me that can handle it. So let's go.
Yeah, we're going to have some really fun content for you guys because if you don't know, at BetOnline, you can obviously bet on sports. You can bet on horse racing. You can bet on casino content. But if you didn't know, you can also bet on entertainment. And Sook, in a past life, was a screenwriter. Probably still is in his muses every once in a while. But there's a lot of things that you can actually bet on in the pop culture world and in the entertainment world and in the movie world. So we're going to have some articles and some content for those types of things if you guys like consuming that type of content too. And as you can see on Sook's face, he's very excited.
You can bet if Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber will make it out of 2025 still married, plus 350, chat. You can bet on if in the new Freakier Friday, we'll have a fortune cookie in it. It's plus money to bet if there's an electric guitar in that movie. Go check that shit out, boys.
It's going to be fun. Sook's going to have a lot of that type of stuff for you guys over the summer if you want to get involved with those. We're obviously going to talk about the sports for the rest of the show, but as you can see, Sook's very excited. You can bet on esports. There might be some esports content that we'll have for you guys coming soon as well. So also, little teaser. We've been saying this for the last month, but this is a good reminder as well that we will have the vibe check returning very soon too. Yeah. The podcast will be back when the NBA Finals and the NHL Stanley Cup Finals are over. Then we will bring the vibe check back for the summer, and we'll be talking about all the other stuff. All of the shows have kind of turned into us talking about these particular things, but we can flesh out some of these things a little bit better.
Jeez,
wow. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one down in the comments. Yeah, for sure. Well, we got our third horseman. He looks nice and ready to roll. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, boys? What's up, chat? How we doing?
How you
good,
feeling,
good. Glad to have you here. Z's up.
Another fun day at the dentist.
Oh, beauty.
Woo!
Love to see.
Are you a candy guy?
Kind of, not really. I don't know.
If you have to think about it, you're a candy person. People that don't eat candy, no, they don't eat candy.
Yeah, I don't like candy, so I'm with you on that. Well, we're glad to have you here, dude. I know that it was a rough. You got looks like you got a little sun too. Is it sunny in New York right now?
It was hot yesterday, right? Yeah. My neck got a little sunburned, but we'll take that. Yeah, lighting sucks. Sorry.
It's okay. Well, I'm gonna fly. I'm literally gonna fly to New York and go into your basement and make it all work again for you. I'm just gonna have to do that.
Eventually,
we'll get there. One day. But we've got a fun show for you guys today. We're going to talk about the WNBA because I saw the sports that we have. Baseball and the WNBA today. No NBA Finals, no NHL Stanley Cup Finals. So we're going to talk about the two Commissioner's Cup WNBA games with you guys. Right now, we're going to go into both games. We're going to give you guys the plays that we like in those games. And as always, we're going to cook a parlay to get you guys rocking and rolling as well. So let's pull up what we got here for the Commissioner's Cup. Both of these games today are Commissioner's Cup. So let's talk about the standings and how we're looking in the Commissioner's Cup right now before we kind of jump into what we're seeing for this specific game as well. So here are the Commissioner Cup's live standings from our friends at Yahoo Sports, which I have a gripe about Yahoo Sports in just a second, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, we can erase them. We can get rid of that.
Oh, yeah. Let's just go to that. So here you go, guys. There's the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference on either side. The Sky are at the bottom of the East. We're going to talk about them in just a minute with minus 27. They're pretty much cooked. The Dream, though, are still looking like they can do some damage. The Sun, minus 77, even worse. The Mystics, plus 20. Fever, plus 36. And then the Liberty at the top, plus 56. Swinging over to the Western Conference, the Lynx are at the top of a pool over there. And then it gets a little muddy. You got the Storm, plus 13. The Mercury, minus 21, but they can still make some noise. The Sparks lost last night, which was not good for them. The Aces minus 22, which is a surprise. The Valkyries won last night, which was huge for them, plus 7. And then the Wings are also pretty much out of it, minus 36. So Those are the standings. We've got a few more games left in the Commissioner's Cup. We're going to move on to the next round of the Commissioner's Cup. Did you guys watch that Valkyries game last night against the Sparks?
I did not.
Went to OT though, right?
It did. It was a crazy game. Great game by the. That was a good game for both teams, really. But the Valkyries got the job done. Ended up winning that game. And I mean, I love this team, man. They're awesome. I have a soft spot for the Storm right now, but how the Valkyries have been playing has been really fun to watch. Thornton has been fantastic. I bet on Veronica Burton yesterday, and she didn't really get the job done, but she's been really good for this team too. So fun squad. But of all these teams, which one's the most surprising to you guys on how they're either doing really well or how they're not doing so well?
It's got to be.
Well, I think
we're right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that without Caitlin to be surprised. I was going to say the Aces, I think, are the biggest eyesore out of all of this. Minus 22 is pretty bad. Connecticut, man, being the fourth spot in the East, but allowing that many points that's pretty rough. that's pretty rough. When I saw this, I was like, wait, how come they're not in order of their points? And I'm like, oh, they're in order of standings. And I was like, Jesus Christ, for a team that's somewhat hanging on, they're getting smacked in this Commissioner's Cup.
Well, you know why I think that is because that one game that the Liberty beat them by 50 points will cause you to have a minus 77 point differential. That will probably do it. That's why point differential matters in this competition. So yeah, what's up with the Aces? We can I guess we can move on. We can talk about this before we kind of jump in and talk about the games today. Are you guys, we've kind of gabbed about it on some other shows like In Passing, and we can kind of talk about it now since it's, this is our dub show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys worried about this team? Do you think they're going to make any moves before the trade deadline? Do you guys think that they're just going to kind of keep pushing through and making sure they're getting the chemistry right? Or do you think that they're going to have to change some pieces around to kind of compete this season?
What do you think, NZ?
I mean, it's hard to tell. They are third right now with the 4-3 record. They've actually played one of the least amount of games, or the least amount of games. So they have about 2 or 3 games in hand against most of the teams in the West. But something's got to give. Something's got to give. Removing Kelsey Plum is not what caused this. I don't think that she was the glue that is making this all fall apart. Asia's not playing horrible, but I think she needs to play a little bit better. Joelle Lloyd really needs to find some sort of consistency. I mean, they brought her in expecting big things, and it's just not working right now. Maybe Kelsey Plum was the key there. I'm not really sure, but they got to figure something out. Bringing somebody else in, all depends on who they got to part with. I mean, they still have a pretty deep squad with Chelsea Gray, rather, and Jackie Young. But
do you think Lloyd's having trouble living in Vegas or something? Like, what is going on there? If the locker room's just tired from winning all these years?
I mean, she's a little older, but she's a shooter, and I mean, she's shooting horribly. So it's hard to say what's really going on. But there's no jive there. They're holding on by being 4-3 at this rate, but they gotta be careful because the West has been pretty damn good. You got teams like the Sparks on your tail, and you got some problems going on.
I actually have a question for you guys because I've just dabbled in the dub. You guys know a lot more than me, and obviously NZ, you're WNZBA, but do you think either the Liberty, the Lynx have an opportunity to really match that 2023 Aces team that was like 34-5 or whatever it was? Like, do you think either of these teams are like going to continue on being undefeated and just beating up on everybody?
Kind of, yeah, I do. There's a prop bet on one of the books for either one of them to go undefeated this season, go 40-0, and it's like, I don't know, it's like plus 22 it's like 22 to 1 or something like that. It's pretty. I thought it would have been more like 50 to 1. So I was kind of like, but they got to lose eventually. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but Satu Sabali was complaining about the scheduling, which I thought was kind of interesting because I couldn't figure out if she wanted to play more frequently or if they were playing too frequently, and I was a little confused by this because they play pretty spaced out. One of the things that drives me a little nutty, sometimes they don't play for 3-4. I sit down to write an article and I look at, the last game or whatever. And I'm like, it's Thursday. They haven't played since Sunday. I'm like, what's going on here? So I don't know. We'll see.
I think she was talking about it because of the Commissioner Cup games, and they had I want to say like three or four games within a 9-day period. And so she was saying that they were a little too close together. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. I don't think either of these teams is going to go undefeated. We know how it is with a long season. One of them is going to get caught out at one particular point. And, injuries happen. We've already seen it a little bit with the Liberty. Jonquel Jones has been kind of in and out of the lineup. But they've got so many good pieces that it doesn't really matter. And I mean, the same goes for the Lynx side of things. And it's just like, I think that because they've even been able to win without Nafisha Collier in the lineup, which we can all agree, I think at this point, like unless she just falls off a cliff, she's probably going to win the MVP, in my opinion. With Caitlin Clark getting banged up when she got banged up, like unless she just has an incredible like triple-double machine back half of the season, I think
she could
lose.
She
could. I mean, she's supposed to come back, I think, tomorrow. It's seeming like that she might return tomorrow.
Questionable. But it's about time. It's good to see her name finally showing up as questionable.
Yeah. But you have to imagine that she'll be a little rusty for a few games, get back in the flow. And then like the season's not long. It's not like the NBA season. Like it's only, 45 games or something?
40, I believe.
Yeah. So, it's half of the NBA season. So you miss 10 or 15 games, and that's a quarter of your season gone.
Yep.
So I think that if I had to choose between one of those two teams, I don't know, man. The Liberty looks so good. Natasha Howard has fit in, or not Natasha Howard. Natasha Cloud has fit in so nicely with this team. I like the grit and kind of just a veteran leadership. Not like they needed more veteran leadership, but I feel like her like play style fits so nicely with Sabrina at the 1-2. And then you obviously got Stewie, and Jonquel Jones has taken a huge step in the right direction this season. Stewie doesn't even have to rebound the basketball really, because Jonquel has turned into a vacuum cleaner down there.
That perimeter D is insane. Picking up stocks left and right.
Finals MVP, can't forget.
Yeah, exactly. She's definitely riding that momentum into this season. And when you kind of like afterthought think about the fact that Sabrina's not been playing, she's been good the last few games, but she's not been playing up to snuff from start to finish, from the start of the season to now. You got like, they can only get better. And like that to me is scary.
They've been a hard team to bet on. It's been tough to see who's going to actually hold the ball for the majority of the game. Her and Stewie been going kind of back and forth. Cloud's had some big games herself. Jones had a bunch of double doubles. So with her injury, I would like to think that we see a little bit more out of Stewie. But I mean, I think the last game we bet on her, we took her RA, and I think it was 9.5. She had 12 boards. So
yeah, that line got corrected today, because we are going to see this Liberty team take on the Sky today, which is a very much so lopsided affair. We're seeing a 17.5 point spread, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I mean, I think it would be fun to see the Lynx and the Liberty go head to head. I feel like we're heading that direction, unless some team, the Fever obviously will have a lot to say. The playoffs is going to be fun. You never know when some team might get caught out. The Fever are going to obviously get Caitlin Clark back, and they're going to continue to gel like we've not seen over the last,
they made that late push too last year too. So
yeah, they got plenty to say. You got teams like the Mystics, who are still kind of figuring it all out. We got the Dream, who we're going to talk about in a minute too, who look frisky as well. So you got some teams that can definitely. You got the Mercury, like we were talking about. I mean, I know Satu Sabali can be a little bit hard to bet on sometimes, because she can sell your soul or make you feel really good about your bet. But that team looks
poor girl.
Yeah, I know she really doesn't. I mean, hopefully Copper will be back soon. Alyssa Thomas, I think, is also going to return soon to that lineup.
She should,
I think she's back maybe tomorrow. It seemed like that she might return tomorrow as well. So, there's definitely some other teams that can make some noise, but we're seeing the two best teams in the NBA. And I think going into the season, we all kind of felt that the Liberty and the Lynx were the two best teams in the WNBA. Going into especially with what we saw last season, and then with Nafisha Collier being an MVP caliber player. So not
close to that chip, man. I could totally see a rematch again, just like hockey. I could totally see that happening again.
And I wouldn't. It's just like with the NBA finals, and just like with the hockey. Like, I wouldn't hate it, because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of finals for sports is to have the two best teams going toe to toe to win a championship. And like,
it adds so much animosity. We saw it at the end of the hockey game last time. Literally, Bob's just skating around, watching just the chaos unfold. Honestly,
that game last night was nuts.
Oh, I know. We're on the WNBA show, but Edmonton, I always say this, beat between the years already.
Sook's hatred of Edmonton is hilarious to watch. Chat, you guys, this guy will go radio silent for about 4 hours, so we won't hear anything from him, and then Edmonton will be losing 5-1, and he'll just start spamming us with shitty Edmonton memes. Content. Yeah, with the memes of Edmonton dying. So Petty Sook is a fun time.
The last night, I know this isn't a hockey show, but last night the way that game ended is a perfect example of a hockey blowout. It's like, all right, if I'm not going to win, I'm going to try and break your leg.
To be honest, from jump, dude, I mean, they had like 10 penalties in the first period.
Yeah.
Like they both went into that game and just said, we are just going to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other the entire game. And the Panthers did so by also scoring, and the Oilers couldn't do that. So it was fun. Chat, and I'll say this to you guys as well, because this is not the hockey show, but we'll have it tomorrow. But then we only have 2 games to talk about, so we have plenty of time. But go and lock in right now. Evan Bouchard over 2.5 shots. You have to search around. I'm not going to tell you exactly where you got to go, but you got to search, find a playable number, because there is a playable number out there in the -145 region, because everywhere else it's -175 or -180 for 3 shots. And just go ahead and ladder that puppy all the way up as far as you can go, because he's had 7+ shots in all 3 games to start this series, and I don't see it stopping, especially with them being down 2-1 now.
Honestly, you could even use the book where they make you play it in 60 minutes. I mean, the guy has just been firing.
You know what you should do is ladder his shots all the way the fuck up, but then go under his goals, under his points, because Edmonton ain't doing shit. I'm just joking.
I was going to say that's risky business.
That's risky because he's been really, really good in that department.
Yeah.
But he had 3 in the first 5 minutes of the game yesterday. Like it was crazy.
You saw game 1. I bet him to have a shot in overtime. He literally had a shot in the first 3 seconds of overtime. I was like, is this real or is this a joke? I was like, wait a second.
If you watch the games, it is literally just McDavid passing to Bouchard at the top of the point and him just ripping every single time. And I mean, sometimes he gets his shots in like 1 power play. Like that's how consistent it is. But anyway, this is a WNBA show. We don't have to get too deep into it. But you guys want to comment on this before we talk about the plays for today? Angel Reese going back to back on the BET Awards BET Awards Sportsmanship of the Year award was given to Angel Reese yesterday.
Sportsmanship or sportswoman?
Sportswoman.
Oh, excuse me, sportswoman.
Okay, I was gonna say sportsmanship is a stretch. I mean, congratulations to her. I mean,
I think that's a good way to cap that. We can just.
That's what I got.
As the colored one, I'll just say the key phrase there is the BET. But I will say that in a league that's like 90% African American, I'm sure there's a lot of women that deserve the award. Sportswoman of the week. It's just weird. She doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm the one who always defends her, and I'm like,
you couldn't give it to Asia Wilson. You couldn't give it to Coco Gauff.
I was just going to say Coco.
Asia's new shoe is dope.
Yeah. You couldn't get – I'm trying to think of some other – and I hate – like colored is – I hate that word. But I guess that's how you got to say it. Award. Is it African-American? That's fine. But does it have to be black, or can it be somebody of brown descent? Does it have to be a black person?
I would assume because it's the BET Awards. It's their culture.
Too.
It's all their culture.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I think it was just a joke, like an absolute joke. Like I can't imagine.
I agree.
Also,
sorry,
it sucks, dude. It sucks. I mean, the thing is too is like and we all.
Whoever handles her media deserves an award. They're her publicist, her marketing team. Those people are all winning awards in dreary hotel rooms and boardrooms across America.
So, this is my gripe with this situation, and this has been my gripe with this situation from jump. Is the fact that there's never a focus on – everybody knows that we focus on her basketball and how poor of a shooter that she is. But she came out last year and she shed tears and almost cried over the fact that she was being sexualized in the media.
Oh, yeah.
And then on her podcast this year –
you're going to say what I was going to say.
Had – what was her name? Sexy Red or whoever the
rapper that's is. Her name. Yep.
On the podcast with her. And they did a video of both of them twerking.
Yep.
And it's like – you can't go and say that I'm getting sexualized and cry about it in your press conferences for your professional job. And I know she's still a podcaster too, but and then go and turn around and twerk on that and then spend 25 seconds before the game gets started showing off your incredible outfit like they all do. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either got to stick with one lane and go with that direction. Sure, she does. Then own that and be okay with that. But then you can't cry in the media about it like in the other side of it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's the part of this to me that's like, what kind of image are we creating here? What type of I just don't understand it. It's so frustrating.
No, I'm with you. I don't like the I'm going to word it in the way of the over self-confidence in the fact that people are watching this game for other people, like including me. Meanwhile, your team had a primetime game in an arena, in an actual real arena, because of somebody else, not because of you. But you know what? I'll say it on one side, because of your rivalry with that other person. The other person didn't play, and those tickets plummeted by like 90%. You literally could find change in the back of your car and would have been able to afford to go to that game the other night. It was $3. People are paying to see her, I guess, right?
The crazy thing was it was the third highest watched game of the entire WNBA season so far, behind the previous matchup between them when Caitlin Clark was playing, and then another Fever game, I think against the Liberty maybe. So it was the third highest viewed game on television, even without Caitlin Clark playing. So there still was viewership, and like you said, the ticket pricing, live viewership, people being there. It's about the money. But
means a lot.
We all can agree that, we're all very much, you have daughters, we all obviously embrace women having responsibilities everywhere, doing all types of things, equality and everything. So it has nothing really to do with the fact that she's a woman. I just hate the fact that she uses certain things that she gets victimized over, and then she turns around and acts like it doesn't matter anymore. Like, that is something that I would have a problem with, that regardless of your race, regardless of your gender, regardless of what you do. Like, that's just not good quality human being action.
You know what it is?
What is it?
Well,
being 23 years old.
Sure.
She's just a dumb kid, I guess.
Yeah, dude, but you've got 23-year-olds that have better PR marketing teams than that. Like, I'm sure they say that behind closed doors, and that's
but
fair.
once
We've all
she's
said
on the
some
mic,
dumbass shit.
PR can't stop her, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Dude, she's 23. There I go defending her again.
Hey, why you do this?
I don't know.
Listen, I get it, but everybody's built differently, and
of course,
she's just built a little petty, man. She has that in her. It's coming out of Clark this year, because you saw it when she got fouled by Ryan Howard, and then you also saw it when she fouled Angel Reese. So, but she's trying to put the league on notice. I ain't afraid, this is my league now. Not like it wasn't anyways, but I hope Angel says this.
Yeah,
I would love to have Angel Reese on this show. Oh, that would be fun.
Don't grunt when
Chad,
you say that.
Yeah, that was a little testy.
That
would be fun. That would be really cool to see. We need to try to get a really cool WNBA guest. Chat, which player, which former player, somebody from the league would you guys like to see on the show? I'm sure everybody's gonna go like Cameron Brink or let's get Rakia Jackson.
NZ got no ass to twerk, bro. I'll just say it.
Yeah, you got a little bit of that back there.
There you go. No ass.
You got some. But anyway, we can move on. There's a lot of other athletes that I think should have won that. Yeah, there's actual games to talk about. I thought there's a lot of other athletes that should have won that award besides her. Again, Coco Gauff being the obvious selection right now based on what she's done in the past 2 weeks. And
I gave it a quick Goog. There's a lot of opinion pieces that are saying that they went for the publicity and the backlash, knowing full well that the BET fans would definitely want Coco or Aja to win the award.
Okay.
That doesn't take professional journalism to figure out that concept. We came up with those two names off the top of the rip. Like, come on now. But whatever. They don't ask us like they used to. Anywho, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm gonna try. I'll try my best, man. That would be so dope. That'd be
sick.
Yeah, and B-Dot's right. What a culture we live in. You're literally selling your own award show because you want the backlash the next day. Instead of honoring someone that's done a lot for the community and is exceptional in their sport, you're just like, oh no, I'll rage bait it tomorrow.
It's why ESPN sucks. It's why all the main media, even outside of sports, that's what they do. They create conversations about things by talking about them negatively, to then swing it around to just basically create a conversation versus actually just honoring stuff. Because at the end of the day, people don't like just when somebody gets good old fashioned honoring. They want like the rampage after it. That's why we try to not talk about. We talked about it for a second, but that's why we try to stick with the hoops. We try to stick with the sports. We try to stick with the fun, and we try to stick with the vibes with you guys on the network, because all that other stuff is, you guys can go watch ESPN for that. Hey, see. They beat out. You just said it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Speaking of,
could probably teach me a thing or two about prison.
Russian prison, much less. Which that's a whole
Hey,
other
at least
ball.
you'll
Lord
have
knows
you a
I ain't
tab,
surviving there.
Oh man! Hey, speaking of Miss Griner, she's about to play some basketball tonight. Let's talk hoops.
Yes, she is.
We got 2 games tonight in the Commissioner's Cup, like we just talked about. Let's go ahead and gab about both of these games this evening. The first one, there she is. Look at her, Brittany Griner and the Atlanta.
What a
Dream.
picture! Jesus Christ.
She's strong. She's strong with it. She's strong with it.
That worked out so well.
Hang on, one more. I got one more thing to say about this, and I talked about this on Talk Your Talk yesterday, and I want to say it here on the Dub Show since we're on the W. Chat, we really appreciate you guys actually getting invested in this sport and enjoying betting on it and enjoying following it because it's growing a lot. But at the end of the day, there's so many people on the timeline that are kind of like half-assed covering the sport, or even like they're starting to be so misogynistic in the way that they talk about the sport because it's growing in popularity. Chill out on the fucking misogyny takes, okay? These ladies are working really hard. They're playing good quality basketball. You guys are here for the vibes, and you guys are here to talk about it and bet on it because there's so many valuable lines. We talked about it a shit ton. But, like, just ignore that stuff and be better because this is about the sport. This is about the quality of the content and the quality of what they put on the court. It has nothing to do with their sex. So, I said it yesterday. I just wanted to say it on the actual show where we talk about the sport as well, which I thought would be fun. Back to it. The Dream, 5-point favorites in the Commissioner's Cup game. And we've got the Fever coming in. Miss Caitlin Clark still not returned. 5-point dogs here. Over under set at 161. Thoughts on the side or a total in this game? I know, NZ, you said you don't like any props today because they've been burning you. So what do you
go first then?
I mean, yeah, go first.
Because I got a prop and a question, and the prop is an under, so people are going to be upset. So I'm currently 3-6 in the WNBA. I'm actually taking Aaliyah Boston under 4.5 assists. The only time she's hit this line is twice this season. And it's against 2 very bad teams. I actually bet her points a couple weeks ago on the dub. It was only 11.5. She had 8 in the second quarter and then did not have another field goal. So I'm going with the under here. She owes me a little coin. It's a little juiced. Like I said, don't tail. I'm only 3-6 in the WNBA. But my main point here is I had a question for you guys. Why is Brittany Griner's points at 15 plus money?
NC?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I didn't really look at her line, but she hasn't really. I was looking at her rebounds. She had really good rebounding numbers the past 2 games versus the Fever. Her point line has not been that great. She had a very good game the first game they played. I don't know. I mean, is Brianna Jones playing? She hurt? Let me just double check. Because Brianna Jones fell off the face of the earth, so that could possibly be it as well. She's only going up against Boston, who kind of is really – I think we were talking about it last time. She's been lost without Caitlin Clark. She really hasn't been delivering, at least the way she normally has when she's in the game. I do like Griner's rebounds, though. I was looking at it, and her 6+ is juiced at -152, but the 8+ is I think it was +190, +220. And she hit that in one of the 2 games and had 7 in the other game. So I like that prop. I will say on a side for this game, I'm going to go with the Dream. I'm going to go with the Dream -5. Yeah. I mean, the Fever showed some life last game, but on the road against a team who just shoots the ball a lot, the Dream. They shoot the ball a hell of a lot. They don't shoot very well, but when they do shoot well, they can win. So I kind of lean with them in this game. I'm very uneasy. Oh, her minutes are down. Okay. I'm very uneasy on picking the Fever with the way that they've been playing without Clark. You don't know. It's hard to even pick props with them because you don't know who's going to really do anything. You think Kelsey Mitchell is going to really be scoring the ball a lot. She's had like 1 game where she has, Same thing with Boston. Boston had, I think, 1 good game where she had like 17 and 11. But every other game, she's been kind of all over the place. So it's been a little tough. Obviously, they're hurting without her. It makes sense to be hurting without her. But I had another prop, but it goes along with SBJ, so I'll let you pitch it.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of seeing this the same way. I absolutely love this play. This is a 2-unit play for me. I locked it in last night, and I double dipped on it this morning because I really like this line. I'm taking Natasha Howard for the Fever on this side of things. I like what you were saying about the Dream. I really like the Dream too. I think that they should cover.
We're on 2 people with the same last name. We're on different plays.
That's why I texted you. I said, which one?
didn't see it.
You didn't see it. To be honest, before you sell it in a second, I really like Ryan Howard too. So
I just looked and went and like the light bulb went off, and I'm like, wait, Natasha Howard, she plays for the Liberty, thinking it was Cloud, and I'm like, wait a second, we're on different place.
Yeah. No, I like Ryan Howard a lot too. I'll let you talk about her points in a second, or the PRA. I don't know which one you like, but I'm going with the other Howard, Natasha Howard, for the Fever. And this is why. So a little bit inconsistent sometimes with her points. She can also be the type of person where she only is going to take like probably 10 to 12 shots. So it's a little bit more. You're going to have to rely on her to get volume. But this is the part of this that I found last night that I love the most. Now, obviously, this is her first season with the Fever. She was with the Wings last year. So some of these stats I'm about to read off to you guys were from last season with the Wings. Natasha Howard on the road. Now, this line was originally 10.5, which I got first last night, but I doubled down when it went to 11.5 for plus money. On the road, Natasha Howard has hit her points line in 15 of her last 16 games on the road. Now, 3 of those games have only been with the Fever this season. One of them was in Atlanta. You know how many points she had in that game? 26 she scored in that game. The only time that she has missed was against Washington. She had 11. So if you got the 10.5, this line has hit in the 100% of her last 16 games on the road. I like her rebounding aspect too. I think the PR is a great play if you want to go that route as well, because she has been a good rebounder for this Fever team. I'm just going to take the points. If you're going to show me a prop that hits at a 94% hit rate over the last 2 seasons, and it's on the road again, and the last time she played in Atlanta, she had 26 points, and this I'm getting an 11.5. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I love Howard at 11.5 points. Love the ladder, the 15 plus. You can even sprinkle on the 20 if you're feeling really frisky. But she's not a volume shooter. So she's not going to be she's not going to get Sabally type volume. She is more of a taking advantage of the opportunities that she's given. And I think that she will do just that. So I love Howard over 11.5 points. And I will tee you up to the other Howard, which I also like on the dream side of things, who's in a great spot too, if you'd like to go with Miss Ryan.
I do like Ryan Howard for over 22.5 PR for minus 110. She hit both her games against Fever this year. She's hit that in the last 4 out of 5 games versus the Fever, and she's also hit it in 11 out of 13 games versus the Fever. It's a lot of green. She's hit in the last 2 out of 3 games. She's just coming off a miss that she literally missed the line by 1 stat. She's a big volume shooter. If anybody who follows this girl, she shoots a lot, a lot, at least almost 20 shots a game. She's averaging, I think, around 18. In the last game, she had 17, but 29 PR. So I like the way she shoots. I think if she can have a halfway decent shooting game and get maybe 15, 16 points, she's going to cap the rest off with boards. But she very easily could go off for 20 and make this a very easy cash. So for minus 110, I like this a lot. And give me Ryan Howard, who's, face of that team at this rate right now.
I love this because they definitely have so much confidence in her. They're letting her let that fly that much. Vsauce would be all over betting her threes.
She shoots a lot of threes.
Yeah.
A whole bunch.
I was about to say he should like that.
in her last 4 games against the Fever, I love this too. I went the other Howard for the straight bet, but I think this is a great play too. 17 plus attempts in 4 straight games against the Fever. The last game against the Fever last season, she took 28 shots in that game and scored 36 points. She's already also had 20 plus points in both games they played so far this season, and in 4 of her last 5 games, like you mentioned, against them as well. So if you want to ladder the points to 20 plus, I think that's a great spot too, as well. So I like Ryan a lot in this game.
Her threes attempts in the last 4 games are 10, 12, 11, and 10. Just 3-pointers.
Yeah. I mean, her line is 2.5.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't get there yet, but that's definitely huge.
That is big. That goes to show you how much they really need her against this guy, probably.
Angel Reese overboards, locking in.
The line's probably gone crazy. Looking at Ryan's threes, dude. 3 in her last game against the Fever, 4 the game before that, 4 the game before that, 4 the game before that, 6 the game before that, 10, 10, 13, 13, 7 in her last 5 games against the Fever for the attempts department. We got rated. Let's go. Ooh. What up? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. I don't know who rated us. Was it Barry? I love when Barry raids us.
I'm checking out right now.
Did we get a Barry raid?
But why do you guys don't have it on
music?
Day one Donna.
Appreciate you being here. It is Barry. Barry. Appreciate you, Barry. Thanks for the raid. Big vibes. Yeah. I don't think you can bet her incorrectly in this game, dude. PR, PA, PRA, threes, points, any prop you like.
We just have to hope that she shoots well, because she shoots like 33% from the field. So,
hey man, I'd rather bet on opportunity. I'm an opportunist.
That's true.
I want to bet on somebody, and I mean, I just
the volume is there, and nobody's told her to stop.
Exactly.
They need her offense. I mean, Alicia Gray obviously takes a lot of shots too, so she's been great too. I was looking at her, but she was terrible last game. Yeah, look at that face. Enzi had her last game. She shot like shit. But she's been great too for this dream team to start the season as well. So cool. Anything else for this game? You guys want to talk about any other sides here, any other props that you guys were kind of gabbing about, or should we move on to the other game?
Yeah, just last point on Aaliyah. They are the third best team to assist allowed to forward, so she's going to have a hard time today. I
like that under. I didn't know who you were talking about, and then I remembered that you were fading her. Is it purely a spite bet on the fact that she had 8 points going into 100%
right? Spite and WNBA frustration, because NZ just said the props have been tough, and I haven't bet a side yet, and I continue to bet props.
Chat, we started out the show talking about how Petty Sook is a whole nother ballgame. You're getting a live look at him betting and being petty. The Betty Petty, the old Betty Petty. Yep, tailing. Bing bong. All right. We got some fun stuff. NZ, we're going to make you bet some props for the parlay today.
Yeah, no, it's
lock in.
I've just been treading so lightly. I honestly still can't believe that the lay hit last night. And what's the funniest part about that is I think the only person of relevance that I bet on was Kelsey Plum, and everybody else came through. And it's just like, all these big name people are very hard to pinpoint right now, or at least for me.
Well, Plum was in a great matchup last night. Again, I was kind of pissed off at myself. I liked Plum a lot, but I ended up going the Burton route, which ended up burning me. But it was a nice lay, and congrats to you on smacking your parlay. Let's go back to Batman.
Thank you. It was the first one I finally smacked of the season for a W, so let's keep it going, right?
Rock and roll, baby. Let's do it again tonight. All right, as we just discussed, second game of the night in the Commissioner's Cup, the New York Liberty, one of the best teams in the dub, if not the best, defending champs, taking on the Sky. No Courtney Vandersloot out for the rest of the season for the Sky. She tore her ACL. Shot big vibes sending to her as she recovers. Looking like that might be the end of her career. I mean, she's 34?
Yeah,
36,
I agree.
35?
Yeah.
36.
Yeah, she's up there, yeah.
She might switch over to coaching now, I would imagine. But anyway, shout out vibes to her. Unfortunately for the Sky, though, that's not good news because they're already kind of shitty. And now the suckiness is going to get even worse. They do have some nice pieces on the bench that are possibly going to get an opportunity to run. I know, yeah. Don't say that. Chewy will just run away.
The books are hiding her PR. She's a good rebounder. I don't know why we're not getting rebounding lines on her. She was definitely the heir apparent once Courtney. They definitely brought Courtney in to bring her back as a starter, maybe next season. Haley, I mean, so I don't know why we're not getting lines on her.
I don't know how much she's going to play.
Really?
To be honest,
no points.
Yeah, I think that Kia Nurse and Atkins are going to get a large run running in the backcourt for this team. She's probably going to play some, but I don't think she's going to play.
26 last time. But that was when the injury happened, so it could have just been just a weird situation, and they were getting the breaks beaten off of them.
They might get the breaks. They might get the breaks beat off them today. 16-point favorites are the Liberty. I also saw a stat to read off to you guys before we kind of talk about sides here. The Liberty are beating teams by an average of 19 points. That's their point differential in wins this season, and all of their games have been wins. It helps again that they beat a team by 50, so that kind of helps that point differential. But that just goes to show you that they are beating the brakes off the teams. So what do you guys like in this game? Kind of hard to pick props just because it could turn into a beatdown. Do we think the Sky stick around long enough, or is this just another Liberty mollywhopping?
I mean, the fact that when you go to the margin victories to try and bet some of that, the worst odds is Liberty to win by 16 plus is minus 155. She's starting. Why aren't we getting some fucking lines for
That's
her?
what I'm saying.
Is she really starting?
She has
to.
Is it not Nurse and Atkins? No way she's starting, and we're not getting lines for her.
I mean, what I was going to say is take this to the moon. I would ladder the Liberty straight up to the Sky. We could see another 50-point win. I mean, I looked at the stats between the two teams, and there's only one category that the Sky are better than the Liberty in. What do you guys think that is? And it's specific. specific to the category.
Offensive rebounding.
That's it, my friend. That's the only goddamn thing that they are good at, better than the Liberty. And yeah, Jonquel won't be down there, but Stewie will be in her face. You know, she's gonna get rebounds. It's just it sucks that they've really taken the value out of playing her, because who wants to play 14 boards at minus 120? It's too much. It's just too much. You're better off doing what I did. And if we're gonna do what do you call it? A petty
Betty.
A petty bit.
Three, yeah. Then we're
Petty
taking
three.
Angel Reese under PR to add to Sooks.
Okay, the 22.5. I don't hate that, to be honest. Her rebounds, to be fair, is a good look. It's 11.5, especially with no Jones, like we talked about. Yeah, still it might minus 122. Not bad.
Okay.
I don't hate that. She's also hit that. She had 12 in their first game against the Liberty this season, and then the previous game last season against them, she had 16.
So Austin's seeing that they're going to start a 3-guard rotation.
Okay. So Atkins, Nurse. Nurse is a guard, isn't she? She's a guard, right?
She's a guard.
Is she like a combo guard? Yeah, I like the Reese play. I like the rebounds. I like the under PR too, but we've seen how that can go down. I agree with you, dude. I feel like this game could just get out of hand. I think the Liberty could win this game by 30.
They set that line at 11.5. Weird to me, because if she had 12 last game, I'm very surprised they didn't lay the line at 12.5 just because.
For plus money.
So I find that interesting, but yeah, I think this game gets out of hand. I mean, another player here to keep an eye on who's been not secretly, but who's been playing very well is Camila Cadorso. She tends to shine a little bit if Angel gets we'll say bogged down. Her rebounds, her last 2 games haven't been very good. Before that, she had 8 and 9. She put up a 20-piece against Dallas. She didn't have a very strong game against the Liberty the last time she played, but somebody to keep an eye on. If you want to take a little bit of a juiced line for a parlay, she's not bad for rebounds, 6+ or something like that. It's probably like minus 200. But otherwise, man, Ariel Atkins is probably the only other thing that's worth looking at. Her threes have been pretty good this year. You get 2 of them for minus 106, which is honestly great value. She's hit her last 3 out of 4, her last 8 out of 10. She's hit her last 4 out of 5 on the road. Her last 5 versus the Liberty she's hit. So she's got some great history there. And her attempts are there too. She had 3, 8, 5, and 7 in her last 4 games. So the volume's there. We know she can be extremely shoddy, though. She can go 1 for 7, and that's just the lovely part of betting anybody who plays basketball. But she's been pretty on. And now at the guard position, she kind of needs to step up if Vandersloot's out for good. So they need her to play well.
I'm concerned about. I love that, and I liked her points last game, and she burned me. But her threes is always going to be a good bet, just because she usually hits 2 to 3. The volume is not necessarily where you want it to get in that 8-9 range, but she'll probably get you there. I'm a little concerned though, because Vandersloot was doing a good job, even though this team sucks, of like at least running the offense because of her veteran leadership, facilitating. Yeah. They don't have that anymore. So who's going to do that? Is it going to be Nurse? Is it going to be Atkins? Is Van Lith going to step up and do that?
I wonder if it's Van Lith. Yeah. I wonder. I do. I wonder if she gets the time, especially if she's going to start already. Should be fun to watch.
Sure, that could be if you can find lines for her, Sook, before that might drop like 10 minutes before the game starts. You might get some easy like 2.5 or 3.5 assist line. And then she.
I want the rebounds. I was looking into it. Looked into her college career. I want her rebounds.
The RA is probably a nice bet when they get to that point. She has a good game today. It'll be there immediately next game, 100%.
Yeah. And she's a premier prospect, like good for honestly. All these teams definitely do see personalities bring eyes. We saw those tickets drop to 50 cents with Caitlin being out. So definitely other teams are looking for, obviously on the court, you're not going to get another Caitlin, but off the court, you might get somebody that brings eyes like that. And Haley could be that.
100%. I got 2 plays on the Liberty side to throw at you guys. Again, I'm a little worried about this game, because if this game does, because we've seen it with this Liberty team, and they will sit their starters in the fourth quarter if they're winning by 30. But this is a Commissioner's Cup game. They have a huge lead, like we started the show off with the point differentials. They don't necessarily need to beat the shit out of them. Right. But if they're already doing it, they're going to probably just keep pouring it on. But if they're up 30 or something in the fourth, I think they're probably going to sit a lot of their starters. So you gotta hope that most of these props, maybe this game's close and we don't have to worry about it, but that would be my concern betting Liberty props. But I do have a couple that I like. I didn't bet them straight. I just kind of put them in some parlays. The first one, like I was talking about earlier, is Natasha Cloud. Now, her assist is always a nice bet, in my opinion. The RA looks great just because she is the primary ball handler, even with Sabrina Ionescu on this team. But I actually like her threes. It's over a singular three. It's very juiced. It's like minus 200. But I would just take it up to the 2, which is plus 174. Now, again, she's not a high-volume three-point shooter. But do you guys know which team is the worst team in the WNBA defending the 3 and to threes allowed?
Sky.
It's the Sky. They're bad. They're bad a lot in a lot of defensive categories, but threes allowed, they are the worst team in the WNBA. I'll talk about that in a second too.
Dogs love it.
Last 2 games against the Sky, one being this season with the Liberty, she hit 4 threes in that game. The volume was there too. She took 5, so you're kind of like, all right, but we only need 2. For plus 174. So I really like the value. I think she's going to get some open shots. Ionescu is a good spot too for her threes if you want to go to the 2.5 or take it up to 4. She did not hit the 2.5 when they played last game, but she hit 4+ in 4 straight games previously against the Sky. All I can say is somebody on this Liberty team is going to be hitting a shit ton of threes. Somebody is. I don't know if it's going to be Sabrina, if it's going to be Cloud, if it's going to be Fibich or whatever her name is. Somebody's going to be hitting some 3-pointers because this guy don't know how to defend. The other one is, I think it's totally fine. We go back to Stewie's RA, to be honest with you. It's probably assuming this line has moved since we started the show because John
the rebound moved
out.
1, yeah.
It's 10.5 again. It was 9.5 last game, and like Nz said, she had 11 rebounds. So I don't hate the 10.5 RA for Stewie once again. She's probably going to have. I mean, this, as you said, Nz, the best thing this Sky team does is rebound the basketball because of Reese and Cardoso. So, I mean, they do know how to grab some rebounds. But I don't know. I think Stewie has a great opportunity to have the 10.5 RA. If you want to go just the boards, it's 7.5. I think that's a great play, too, with no Jones in the lineup. So both of those feel like good spots for Stewie in this game.
The 2+ money threes is, like, very enticing for Cloud.
I put it in a parlay. I really like that line. Yeah. I put the 2+ in my little lotto I posted earlier today.
I think we're going to have to do a little lotto.
Oh, we're going to do plenty of stuff. You guys got anything else in this game you want to mention? I feel like we covered most sides, totals, props that we can kind of get into. Again, this game could turn into a bit of a dusting, especially because it's in New York as well. But
it kind of goes back to like what we were talking about, how they're not giving us some players that they should be, like with Caitlin Clark being out. DeWanna Bonner's been playing a lot, and she's a very well-known name, and we don't see her anywhere. And then you got Liani, or I don't know if it's Lani or Liani, Fibich. Fibich. And I mean, she's getting almost 10 points a game over her last 3 games. She's going to see a little bit more, I think, of the court now with Jonquel Jones sideline. Played 31 minutes last game alone, but no lines. So we got to see, we got to see what happens there. Hopefully we start getting more players.
Yeah, it's going to be, this game starts at 7, so I'm surprised we don't have more props out of here, to be honest. But all right, boys, should we cook? Chat.
Sure.
I thought we weren't going to have enough. I need to stop assuming that we're not going to fill the hour anymore. We're always going to be able to fill the hour. Magic Man, welcome. You always can watch the replay. We've had some fun talking about pretty much everything in the WNBA and some other stuff too, as per usual. But let's cook. Where do you guys want to start? Should we start? Let's start in this game and then go back to the other one since we're kind of already on this game.
Are we going to do a petty 3?
We should. You guys really want to do that, or should we just stick with what we like?
I mean, he liked the under. I liked my under. You just need to be petty in your own corner now and add to it.
I mean, I don't hate it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, hang on. Let me think. What we want to do? So we want to do Reese under PRA or under RA or under PR?
Under PR.
All right, hang on. Let me find this here. Chat, this is just for you guys. This is not going on the graphic. We are going to do a legit lay, but this is the petty 3. And if this smacks, now we have to do it every show. All right, so let's go. Let me go. Combos. Where's she at? Where are you at, you little lady? Where is she? There she is. 22.5. Reese under PR. Boston. 22 under 5 assists, right? Okay. Oh man, it's all down to me, eh?
Who's cost you coin, SPJ?
No, nobody from either of these teams, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
I mean, the Angel Reese is kind of a combo, and I like that play too. How do you guys feel about this? Why don't we just take the Liberty by like 30 or something, or just the Liberty spread?
I already did. I took them by 31 plus for plus 650.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
not a petty.
What is this,
I don't know
college basketball?
I don't know if that's petty. Dude, have you seen the way these teams been blowing each other out lately? And this is a prime example of it.
Let's do this. Because we're not going to do the Liberty spread in the regular lay, are we?
Oh. No, I don't think so. No.
What if we just do the regular spread?
That's what I'm saying. Let's take the Liberty minus 16.5 because that's petty because I want them to beat the shit out of this guy. Angel Reese under 22.5 PR, and then Aaliyah Boston under 4.5 assists. The other option I could give to you guys is we could take the Sky under points, like under total points.
Under team total?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
I like that. That's more petty. That's way more petty.
Let's do that. Where is it? Are they the home team? No, they're the away team, right?
I'm surprised we haven't done this with Vucevic, Nurkic, and Jordan Poole.
Yeah, we should in the NBA. You can't parlay it, unfortunately.
I'm not seeing it. Yeah. All right, so we'll take the Liberty spread.
Yeah, I got 17. You got 16.5 though.
16.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting 16.5 myself.
Let's go.
16.5. I mean, I really can't do points. That's so unfortunate. Yeah. Damn. It's probably gonna smack, and it's just for you guys. So here it is: Leah Boston under 4.5 assists, the Liberty by 17, so 16.5 spread for the Liberty, and then the Angel Reese under 22.5 PR plus 350. So nice little, nice little job doer. A little something, get the vibes moving. Okay, all right, let's lock that in. Plus 350, the petty three, the first ever petty three. Shit smacking. The team total is at 73.5. Austin. Like that under quite a bit. Shout out Kate Constable. If you guys aren't following Kate, we actually should get her on. She follows the Dub and she's really great.
Yeah.
I saw her talking on one of her shows and she likes that bet. And I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, this looks tasty. So follow Kate if you have not already. We'll try to get her on the show and get her back in here. But all right, now the legit stuff. Although this is probably smacking. So Chad, if you don't want to rock the other parlay, just lock that in and we'll see you tomorrow. You want Ryan Howard, right, NZ? I'm assuming.
What do you guys like better? Do you like her PR? Do you like her points, or do you like Atkins threes?
I prefer either the points or the PR from Ryan Howard, to be honest.
Excuse me, Sook. What do you think? What do you like?
She just does everything, so I'll defer to you guys. She's a very rare player, I would say, from you when looking at just her box scores alone.
Why don't we just take the PRA? It's 26.5. I mean, she's going to probably good for 4 or 5 assists too in there,
Hell yeah.
And if she scores 25 points, then we're chilling regardless.
Yeah.
Which she could.
Okay, yeah. I'm good.
Okay, so 26.5 PRA for Ryan. Are you guys down to roll with me on Natasha Howard for her points?
Yeah.
Or we could take her PR as well.
Let's take her points, and then let's take.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Sook.
I was gonna say then we take Natasha Cloud threes. Then we got Howard's and Natasha's.
We got the Howard and Natasha's. Wow, that's so true. All right, what were you gonna say?
Do not build parlays how we build parlays, chat.
Hey man, this is why chat tunes in. This is why they want to ride these parlays with us, because of these particular things that we're putting together. Narrative, names. Betsky likes to look for numbers. When like a certain number comes up on a parlay, he doesn't ask questions anymore. He's like, nope, we're locking it in because I like that number.
All right.
I kind of like the PR. I was gonna say, because if her points are 11.5, her PR is 16.5. I mean, 6 boards should be relatively par for the course. We'll say, not using the E word.
No, she's had 7+ rebounds against the Fever in the last 3 games against them. So yeah, I'm in.
You mean the Dream?
Yeah, sorry, the Dream. My bad.
No, it's all right. I'm easily confused.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, you caught me that time. All right, so Howard over 16.5 PR, and then Natasha Cloud. You want to go the 2 threes, or should we just take the singular one? The 2 is going to be a sweat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the 2 will be a sweat.
Let's do the 1.
She did cash though the 2 games against them this year.
She had 4 in their first game. Should we just not be soft and take the 2?
Oh, I was gonna say let's not be greedy. NZ, you split the difference.
I know what I'm not even going to ask chat because I know what chat's going to say.
I like accurate better. If we're gonna take 2, I mean it's still minus 106. I don't know. I mean I don't have a problem sweating Cloud out as well.
Let's do it.
But yeah, that's gonna be a butt clincher.
Sure, let's take it. Do you guys want to wrap this up with Stewie RA?
I could get behind that. Yeah.
Yep.
She should grub on the boards tonight.
All right. So, do you want to just take the rebounds at 7.5, or do you want to take the RA just for a little safety?
The RA they moved it to 11.5. We got it for 9.5 last time.
Her board's is 7.5. I mean, she should have a set 8 rebounds.
Yeah, I was about to say I kind of like that. That seems a little nicer. Although other than last game, she hasn't really been rebounding that much.
That's because Jones was in those games. The last game, Jones didn't play.
Facts. She had 7 against Indiana last time. They set the line 7.5. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
She's gonna have to be down low to deal with Cardoso and Reese.
Last game showed the difference of Jones not being in there with 11 rebounds, 1 assist versus like a almost even split back and forth. Soft money on me. That's true.
True. So I'm looking at Ryan Howard over 26.5 PRA, Natasha Howard over 16.5 PR, Natasha Cloud 2 threes, and Brianna Stewart over 7.5 rebounds. That is plus 1201.
Spicy.
That does the job. Natasha's going to be the biggest sweat of all time, chat. So if you want to let me just look at what the 1 would be just to be safe. Yeah, it's plus 593.
Oh.
Wow, that's a huge jump.
Wow.
After looking at a plus 1200 for one more 3-pointer, I can't go down to 1.
Hey, you're the one that says 2 3-pointers is only 2 plays. It can happen back to back.
Bang, bang, George Niang. We're just going to have a bang, bang, Natasha Howard. It's going to be, chat, you know the sky? Look at the sky. You see what it is? It's going to be raining on the sky.
She's got the volume against this team for whatever reason. I mean, she had 5 and 4 this year against them in attempts, but her 4 previous matchups, even though she was on another team, was 3, 4, 4, and 5, which is more than what she's shooting regularly. Although she's due for a game, man. She's due for a game. She got quiet all of a sudden, but she's due.
She's very due. So I looked at it. If I like it, I'm in. All right, 1201. I'm locking it in. Good? Leaving it?
Yeah.
No questions asked? All right. Let me just put this in chat. This is the W4. If you guys would like to ride out with us, feel free to do so. As always, bet responsibly. Sprinkle on it. How are you feeling? We don't even need to do a lotto today because that's pretty much kind of a lotto unless you guys want to. We could get fun with it because or Austin, you could just ride the one that Austin just dropped in the chat.
Oof.
It's funny. I was looking at Atkins 3 threes.
What is it?
That's another butt clincher.
It's plus 290. Another one where the volume is there, but like SPJ said, that's a clincher, man. She shoots, she throws up some bricks.
All right, just by what we've talked about. Here you go. Brianna Stewart, 10 rebounds.
Okay.
Ryan Howard, 25 points.
Okay. Take me home.
Take me home tonight. I don't wanna. Natasha Howard, 15 points, plus 44.
So and you got Howard 25, Ryan Howard 25, Natasha Howard for 15,
and Stewie 10 boards.
And Magic Man wants you to ride this too, NZ. 10 boards with the first basket.
Oh, NZ's a sucker for a first basket play. Imagine her getting the first basket and you just got to sweat the whole game for 10 boards.
You know what I hate? I hate to say it, though. Freaking Camila Cardoso is like the queen of the first basket. That's what makes me a little nervous. She always gets the first basket.
Because they usually win the tip because they're so big.
But Stewie's Fucking giant. She's got that tarantula fucking wingspan.
Let's have some long ass arms, man.
This is what I was thinking. Do we throw this in for the hell of it too after Stewie's 10 boards and make it a real sweat? I mean, the value.
I'm the king of twisting arms. You ain't got to twist mine. Mine's already half twisted, so I'm in. So three for Atkins. We don't have Atkins in anything else, so I'm down to throw her in here.
Plus 11,978.
That's not bad, man.
That's worth a cup of coffee.
Yeah, facts. You could even drop Ryan to 20. I mean, I went to 25. It's almost plus 500. If you want to make it a little softer, but plus 11,978. That's the job. What do you get if you drop her to 20? Because I know you probably just did it.
5709. Still pretty good.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it at 25.
Yeah, I am too.
Screw it. All right. Happy Pappies?
Happy Pappy.
Let's go. Okay, chat. Wow, fun was had today. Boy, oh boy. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Lots of different things. You had the petty 3 scrolling at the bottom if you guys want to get petty with us and do some unders on some people that have pissed us off or a team that we just want to beat the shit out of this guy. Petty 3 scrolling at the bottom. The W4 if you want some more plays that have been labbed a little bit more appropriately, if you want to rock and roll with these. And then the lotto, which will not go anywhere unless it smacks, which is Brianna Stewart, 10 rebounds. Ariel Atkins, 3 3-pointers. Ryan Howard for 25 points. Natasha Howard for 15 points, plus 12,000 basically. Bing.
Oh my God, not to bag on bags. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, on Angel Reese anymore. But she's not even friends with her old LSU teammate, Flo J. They were saying that because of locker room reasons, she's not friends with Angel anymore. They don't speak.
You see this face? This is a face of a non-surprised person.
Colored him shocked. Color him so shocked. Ooh. Hey, Padge, thanks for reminding us. Chad, we have a Discord. It's free. I'm going to have a lot more
KBO.
time. Oh, dude, he's been cooking in the KBO. He's come on Talk Your Talk 2 times, pitched me 2 KBO plays, waking cashes. I just put a half unit on it and wake up in the morning to a half unit. Last 2 times. It's been awesome.
Shit.
B.Done. Let's give you the link. It's free to join. Again, I set it up. I haven't been able to be in there pretty recently, but I'm going to have a lot more time going into the summer and then when we get into the fall. So we'll kind of revamp the Discord to get some more action in there. I know a lot of people are in there, and it's been fun kind of you guys sharing your thoughts and your plays. It's free to join. You guys can get involved in the Discord.
Guys, guess whose props have now been listed?
Haley.
Van Lith.
Haley. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, and same with Lonnie.
Better late than never.
They have Haley for first basket score, but they don't have her on anything else, which means they're probably still cooking the numbers.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
But she's going to get listed.
He probably
Lonnie's
officially
points
got
7.5.
I liked that. I looked at that last night. I liked her 10 plus for a little sprinkle. What is the Discord is called? It's the Betting News Discord. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to find the link. Hang on a second. Do you have the link handy, Suck, or do you need me to do it?
I do not have the link handy. I myself, just like you, have not been in there in a minute.
I haven't either.
Yeah, 3 of us.
Hang on, let me get the link for you, chat, because we'd love for you guys to join the Discord. And it didn't work. Padge, are you a goat? Can you find the Discord link to drop to somebody to share? Since you're in here and you're in the Discord. I know, right? I haven't logged in so long.
Yeah, I'm opening it up right now to see if I can
see if you can do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
You can send us a DM on Twitter at Your Betting News. See, Padge has got it. Goated. It's free to join. Again, we're in there. We post a lot of our content at bettingnews.com for free there as well at our website. You can obviously tune into our shows every single day, talking all the different sports for free as well. But if you want to get involved in our Discord, there's lots of people in there that talk about plays and stuff as well, ourselves included sometimes, for free. All of our content's free. There it is. Pat.
Yeah, B-Dot, you're in there. Good stuff, man. I see your name.
Let's go. There you go. There's the link in the chat for Terry and Davis, too, if you want to get involved from our friend Padge. Thanks, Padge. Appreciate you. And did you see that little nugget from Padge, Suck, that he's going to be dropping something from the beach tomorrow on Talk Your Talk?
I did.
Ooh, I think I know what it is, too. It's going to be fun. And Z, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that he's going to Myrtle Beach and he's going to that putt-putt place we were talking about in our group chat.
Oh shit! I saw the golf tee there, or the flag. Sorry, not a tee. That's what made me think it.
He's going to. There's really a cool one in Myrtle Beach apparently, and I think that's where he's going to be joining us from, which will be fun.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Let's go.
Chat. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you guys being here talking about the WNBA. Write out the parlays if you would like to. Follow all of us on the socials at NZ, at Jess Sook, at Sweatpan Jesus. Follow all of us at Your Betting News if you're not already. We appreciate you guys for tuning in for the content. Huge day tomorrow. Talk your talk. 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Then we have All Sauce Team with me, V, and Sook at 4 Eastern. We have a very special guest. We have Dave Mason joining us tomorrow to talk about the U.S. Open. We have Dave Mason to talk about the Stanley Cup Finals, and obviously we're going to talk about Game 3 in Cambridge Fieldhouse in the NBA Finals as well with Dave. Huge announcement coming tomorrow, too, from our friends at BetOnline. We're doing a massive giveaway from them, so stick around. You guys are going to find out how to enter tomorrow. So you guys will have 2 weeks to get involved with that competition. We're going to do a giveaway in a couple weeks for some really nice swag from BetOnline. And then obviously the boys from Upper Units will close out the shows tomorrow. So 3 shows tomorrow, huge shows tomorrow. Be sure to tap in with the content. Give us a follow on Twitch, on YouTube, or on X, and subscribe to the channel so you guys get the noties every single time we go live. Boys,
let's go.
Anything else? I had to add some extra stuff in today. Sorry. Yeah, big day, B-Dot done. Big day tomorrow.
Let's smack one of these lays. The petty 3 is going to smack.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's smack all of them.
Yeah. Liberty by a million, people.
Yeah, Liberty by a million, indeed. You guys, you'll have some scribbles from NZ tomorrow in the WNBA as well. You be on the lookout for producer Sook's scribbles on the entertainment if you want to bet on that. And obviously, we got Game 3 tomorrow in Cambridge Fieldhouse of the NBA Finals. It's a great time to be alive. Have a fantastic Tuesday out there. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for some hump day fun. You guys came to winners, and you stay for the vibes. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, chat. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Riding in the deep.
Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What
right
you know
here.
about rolling?
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about